on June 4th, 2017, Jimmie Johnson gets his final win of the Cup Series at Dover. And then, 1,442 days later, Alex Bowman wins in the same number Jimmie Johnson got his final win in the Cup Series. How about that? Hey guys, NASCAR Mobile Foodie back again, and welcome back to another episode of NRR. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the 2021 Drydene 400 at Dover International Speedway, and where Alex Bowman is able to get it done, getting his 4th career win in the Cup Series. And, you know, he's no longer winning one race a year like Ryan Blaney currently is right now. Gets his 2nd win of the season, and is now the first driver since Martrix Jr. of this season to get their 2nd win or more of the year. So he's the 2nd multiple time winner in 2021. So yeah, and we're just going to talk about more about Alex Bowman once we get to him. But yeah, once again, reviewing the top 10, then we're going to rate the race, and then we're going to look at the drivers who had some good days, because we have some that had some good days, and look at the drivers who had some pretty disappointing days, especially this one driver that we just keep talking about week in and week out. So let's go ahead and dive on into this video. Finishing first was Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman is able to get his 4th career win in his Cup Series career, you know, getting the win at Dover and stuff is pretty special after Jimmie Johnson got his first win, or actually his final win at Dover in 2017, 1,442 days later. And it's very weird because this morning I was watching NASCAR's they had a video on YouTube about Jimmie Johnson's highlights at Dover, and then when they got to his last one, I was just thinking, oh man, that was the last time, been like 3 years, and now it's been almost 4 years since then, because this is May, it's almost June, guys, and Bowman gets the win today. It's very special, because Bowman, you can't give him the full credit. You got to give some of his credit to his pit crew, because 11.6 is the fastest pit time, or the pit stop of the year 2021 in season. So that was really cool, and really that was kind of the turning point of the race. That's where Bowman just took the lead from Kyle Larson on the race off pit road, and ever since then Bowman's just led the rest of the way until the checkered flag and stuff. But yeah, Bowman, very proud of him and stuff. Hendrick Motorsports overall, just complete Hendrick domination of the day. So that is really special to see. And also Bowman's led 1,000 laps in the Cup Series, which is really cool. So that's pretty cool. 382 laps led by Hendrick Motorsports is also really cool. 267 laps. They're one more away from tying Petty Enterprises for the most wins as a Cup Series team, and just 2 more wins away from beating that record, because Petty Enterprises is not the same thing as Richard Petty Motorsports, because RPM, they technically have 27 wins. Or no, they actually have 27 wins, or 25, something like that, or 20 in the Cup Series. But technically 5 of them are under Richard Petty Motorsports, because that was the name of the team, because, you know, they had other names like, I don't know, they just had other names. But still, yeah, Bowman was able to get the wins. Very proud of him. Hendrick Motorsports gets a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish since Roush did it back in 2005 at Homestead, wherein Tony Stewart won the championship, I think. I think Stewart finished like 5th, and Johnson finished like 6th, something like that. And stuff. But yeah, really great day for Hendrick Motorsports. And they also had a 1, 2, 3 finish in the 1997 Daytona 500. You know, we had Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte, and Ricky Craven. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 finish. Bowman, Larson, Elliot, and Byron. Really cool for Hendrick Motorsports and stuff. And yeah, good job for Alex Bowman. And here's also another thing before I move on to the next driver. Bowman, you know, Jimmie Johnson, when he won at Martinsville in 2016 and moved on to the Championship 4, I went to the next race, and Jimmie Johnson got a top 10. Well, Bowman won today at Dover. I'm going to be going to COTA next week. So, could Bowman get a top 10, or could he do better than that? We'll just see. But still, great day for Alex Bowman and the 48 team, and we'll see what they can do at COTA next week when we have practice and qualifying. Finishing second was Kyle Larson. Once again, Kyle Larson coming up so close. Led the most laps today. Led around like 230-something laps. Definitely had a race-winning car. But once again, I said Bowman just had the fastest pit stop of the season with his pit crew. And then just Larson, they just got beat on pit road. And they couldn't beat him. Because if you think about it, Now, if you had Larson versus Byron, Byron did have the lead at one point, and then Larson eventually caught him and took the lead away from him. So you knew Byron was actually the worst Hendrick car today. He still was good, got a top 5, so that's good. But out of his teammates, he was the worst of them. Elliot was somewhere up there because at the end of stage 2, we all saw Elliot was closing on Larson, but he just couldn't get around him and stuff. But then you had Bowman going around Byron. Bowman was closing in on Elliot and Larson towards the end of stage 2, because Larson won both stages this race. And then really the only driver I knew Bowman was the only Hendrick driver who could put up a fight with Larson. Probably the only driver overall in this race who could put up a fight with Kyle Larson. So yeah, Bowman was just the best Hendrick car today, performance-wise, because really if Larson was better than Bowman, he would have passed him during the race when we had those cautions coming out and those restarts and stuff. So that proves to you Bowman was the best Hendrick car today. I mean, well, at the beginning of the race, they were, they had dirty hair and stuff. They didn't feel so well, and that just gave the advantage to Kyle Larson. But then later they just shined like a diamond, and then Larson just couldn't hold him off. Still a decent day for Kyle Larson, getting another second place finish and stuff. He finished first the last time he raced here at Dover, and gets a second place finish, so that's alright. So yeah, surprising Kyle Larson does not have his second win of the year, but we'll see what he can do next week at COTA, because he ran pretty well at the Daytona Road Course before he wrecked, and that didn't even have practice and qualifying for him, at least. So we'll see what Larson can do at COTA next week. Finishing in third was Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, once again, he had a pretty good day. I mean, his day started off awful. Had to start at the rear for the second week in a row. I don't know what's been going on, but they need to get these cars, or Elliott's cars, right at the beginning, because they can't have these slow starts to races and stuff, because that can definitely affect them during the race and stuff, thinking, oh no, we're so behind, we need to just catch up and stuff. They need to start where they belong. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Well, it kind of can, because of practice and qualifying. So hopefully that thing won't happen again, since we'll have practice and qualifying for 2 weeks straight at COTA and for the Coke 600 at the end of the month. So that would be pretty cool. So yeah, Chase Elliott definitely had a good day. He was better than Byron, I'd have to say, but not better than Bowman and Larson. So yeah, he was the third best Hendrick car. Still does not have a win in 2021. So Elliott could definitely get it at COTA. He's the road course ringer, and could beat Jeff Gordon's record. Or actually, no. Well, actually, yeah, he did lose it at the Daytona Road Course. So we'll see if Chase Elliott can do good and probably get his first win of the year at COTA next week. Finishing fourth was William Byron. Once again, I said about William Byron, he was the worst Hendrick car out of them all. I mean, at first, at the beginning, he led a few laps. He was running pretty good, but then just later, he was just getting beat by his teammates and stuff, so that really sucked for him. They did get a top 5, so that's good. But once again, I have to keep mentioning this. 11 straight top 10 finishes for William Byron, all the way from his win at Homestead in February to May here today at Dover, which is really cool. And also, not only that, not only does he get 11 straight top 10 finishes, this is also his not straight top 5, but this is also his 5th top 5 finish of the year, so that's pretty cool for William Byron and stuff. They're definitely right there in contention for the wins. They're really consistent right now. It's just, they just need to get the results in to, be competitive enough so that they can win and stuff. They're not there yet. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully they can fix that, because William Byron, right now, he looks like a championship contender. If he has this momentum and stuff and this consistency, and you added wins to that, he will look like a Cup Series champion right off the bat like that, or in contention for the Cup Series championship. Because right now, if he's in the playoffs right now, he's making it to the championship 4, or round of 8 championship 4, something like that. He could win it, but it just depends on who he's going against. But still, William Byron definitely had a good day today, and we'll see what they can do next week at COTA. And rounding up the top 5 and 5th was Joey Logano. Joey Logano was the best out of the drivers who pit for those new fresh set of tires and stuff, because after that caution, which I think was for Anthony Alfredo, Rex with Stenhouse and Keselowski, when those 3 were involved, Joey Logano and some other drivers came in for tires like Denny Hamlin and stuff. And at first, those tires weren't doing anything, and once they weren't doing anything, Logano had a long run car. So then once he started to roll in, he started to do good, but those tires were a bit worn and stuff, and they were kind of equally matched with the tires that the drivers had. I mean, he was still passing drivers because his tires were like a bit fresher by like a few laps and stuff. So of course he was going to catch them, but he just couldn't fully catch them because he just didn't have enough time and stuff. Because if Logano was to win this race, he probably needed another like 100 laps or something. Probably less than that, but I don't know. But still, it just shows you that those tires or that strategy just did not come into play for those teams who decided to pit. If they just wanted to have a better finish, they could have just not pit in the first place. But I don't know where Joey Logano's running, because Logano, he technically made a comeback today to get a top 5. I mean, he didn't have his crew chief Paul Wolf, and also not only that, Joey Logano, he had a hole in the front of his car and stuff, and it was something was happening, and they were like in the top 15 and stuff, like running like 15th, 14th, maybe even 16th or something. So they had an issue and stuff, but they were able to make a comeback, get a top 5 finish. So a good comeback for Joe Logano and the 22 team, and we'll see what they can do next week. Finishing 6th was Kevin Harvick. Once again, a decent day for Kevin Harvick in the Ford team and stuff. I didn't expect him to get a win. I thought he'd probably get like a top 5, but he just finished a position out, getting a 6th place finish. So it's still a decent day. They're just not looking like themselves. Like Kevin Harvick and is starting to look like Kyle Busch and stuff, where Kyle Busch had a bad year in 2020. Now Harvick's starting to have a bit of a down year. I mean, he's not doing as worse as Kyle Busch did in 2020, but he's just not looking like how he did with the 9-win season last year, which is pretty disappointing. So we'll see what Kevin Harvick can do next week at COTA. I don't really expect him to win. Probably get a top 10, top 15. He's not really a road course driver. I mean, he hasn't won on a road course since... Wait, has he ever won on a road course? Dang, I don't even know anymore. I feel like he's won at the Glen. Because I remember Logano beat him at the Glen in 2015. I don't know when Harvick won at a road course. Someone tell me in the comments. I have no idea. But still, Kevin Harvick, they just got a top 10. Nothing really to say about him. In one of the restarts, Harvick was trying to catch up with the Hendrick cars. He had them for a second, and he just got passed by them a couple laps later. So yeah, Harvick really sucks for that, but they got a top 10, so I guess that's all you can take, and we'll see what they can do next week. Finishing 7th was Denny Hamlin. Once again, the consistency continues for Denny Hamlin. He was kind of like Joey Logano. Logano was the best driver out of all of them when they pit for those extra set of tires and stuff. And yeah, Hamlin was definitely flying through pretty fast, but not as fast as Logano. He still had a decent race, but still looking for his first win. I mean, he's still looking pretty consistent and stuff, because Denny Hamlin, he has about, I don't know how many top 10s, but still, Denny Hamlin is definitely running in contention for these races and stuff, but just can't close the deal when it comes to wins and stuff, because right now, I think they have to be, I think Hamlin has to be pretty scared right now, because Hendrick Motorsports today sent out a message, a statement to these teams and stuff that they're back. They're officially back. And so they're going to race you hard week in, week out, and it's not only going to be Joe Gibbs Racing domination, because that's what I kind of thought today. I picked Truex to win, with Hamlin probably finishing in 2nd, with Larson maybe getting a top 5, maybe 3rd. I was completely wrong. I was right about Larson getting a top 5 and stuff. And I was thinking about Byron, maybe he'll get a top 5, top 10 or something. But no, I was completely wrong. These guys just blew me out of the water. And I bet they did with Joe Gibbs Racing, especially because Joe Gibbs Racing has been on a roll lately. But now Hendrick is starting to turn that into a roll. And we'll see if that can continue with maybe a Chase Elliott at COTA next week. But still, Denny Hamlin had a decent race, but just not enough to get a win. Finishing in 8th was Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick had a decent race. He also made a comeback as well. Tyler Reddick had a speeding penalty pretty early in the race, and then they were like coming up, marching their way through into like the top 20 and stuff, top 15, and they're running like 13th and stuff. They were trying to get themselves back in the race, and they're able to getting an 8th place finish, so that's pretty cool for Tyler Reddick in an 8th place finish, because really, all of my top 5 favorite current drivers in the Cup Series got a top 5. Or actually a top 10 technically. So still a decent day for Tyler Reddick getting a top 10 and stuff. And we'll see what he can do at COTA next week. He's not really a road course driver in my opinion. But at least they made a comeback getting an 8th place finish here today. Finishing in ninth was Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez able to get his second top 10 finish of the season, finished fourth at Bristol Dirt, and gets ninth here today at Dover. If you guys really think about it, Suarez, he's pretty good at Dover. I mean, like, from his average finish and stuff, we're not going to count Gaunt Brothers and stuff, but when he's in decent equipment, he got 3 straight top 5s, or no, 3 straight top 10s in his first 3 Dover races in the Cup Series, you know, in his rookie season and in his second season. And then, technically, if you don't count Gaunt Brothers, his other 6 races at Dover, not including this one, his worst finish was 14th. Because really, his worst finish overall at Dover's 30th, you know, if you count Gaunt Brothers. But without Gaunt Brothers, his worst finish is 14th. And he gets a top 10 today, so that's what, his 4th top 10 at Dover, which is really cool. So that shows you Daniel Suarez is pretty good at Dover. And also, he won here in the Xfinity Series in 2016 when he won the championship. So yeah, Suarez is definitely good at Dover, so you can't count him out. So I was really thinking, like, when I saw him running in the top 10, I was thinking, I'm not that surprised, because he's won here before, and he's consistent at Dover if he's in good equipment. So yeah, you can't count out Daniel Suarez to get a top 15 and stuff, because they definitely had a top 15 car. So yeah, a good day for Daniel Suarez and Team Trackhouse getting their second top 10 of the year, and we'll see what they can do next week in Austin. And then finally rounding up the top 10 and 10th is Cole Custer. Cole Custer is able to get his second top 10 of the year. He finished 10th at Talladega just a couple weeks ago, and now gets a 10th here at Dover. So at least Harvick wasn't the only Storehouse driver to finish outside, or just finish in the top 10. So Custer is able to get a top 10, which is pretty good. Nothing else to really say about it. I mean, I was really hoping Bubba Wallace would get 2311 Racing their first top 10 of the year, but they got an 11th place finish, which is pretty good. Their best finish of the year for 2311 Racing, because before that their best finish was 16th, and they finished 16th 3 times this year. But still, Cole Custer gets the top 10, so I guess that's pretty cool. Nothing else to say about Cole Custer, because he's not really in playoff contention. So we'll see what Cole Custer could do for the rest of the season, I guess. I don't know. And now let's rate this race. This race, to be honest, was a bit clean in my opinion, because we're not going to count the Almirola and Briscoe wreck, because, you know, those were just, one was just being in over your head, and the other one was just, you know, just transmission and stuff. Couldn't really do anything about it. Something broke in Almirola's car. He was a bit shaken up, but I was glad he was okay. Just the bad luck continues, but we'll get to more on that once we talk about drivers who had good and bad days after this. And also, you had the Anthony Alfredo wreck and stuff. And after that, it was pretty clean racing and stuff. You know, when you have drivers that are competitive, like Bowman and Larson were obviously the 2 best drivers. They weren't really pulling away from each other. It was like an even length of Larson being behind Bowman. He would just stay there, nor gain nor lose any time off him. Just stays right there. So it was pretty competitive and stuff, and it wasn't really all that exciting, to be honest. So to be honest, I'll give this race a solid 8 out of 10. It was a pretty good race. Bumped it up a little bit because Bowman won, so I was pretty happy about that and stuff, getting his second win of the year, and joins Martrix Jr. being the second multiple-time winner in the Cup Series in 2021 so far. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Let me know what you guys would give it in the comment section below. So in my opinion, the only driver who had a good day that was outside of the top 10, I'd say Bubba Wallace, once again getting an 11th place finish. Best finish of the year so far. It's sad that he didn't get a top 10, couldn't hold off Cole Custer in the closing laps, but still was able to get his best finish of the year with 2311 Racing, or according to Mike Joy, saying 1123 Racing. That's what I heard from Mike Joy earlier, so I don't know about that, but still, 2311 Racing gets their best finish of 11, so that's pretty cool for Bubba Wallace and the team, and we'll see if they can continue to move up the ranks, or move up getting better finishes, because right now this was their best this was their best race of the year, just hands down best race of the year. So we'll see what they can do, but yeah, good finish for Bubba Wallace and 2311 Racing. Now let's move on to the drivers who had a bad race, because we got plenty. First up, we have Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney was having a good day, definitely a top 10 car. then he had the same issue as Joey Logano, had a hole through his nose of the car, or the front opening of the car, and just, it killed his day. He was like running 19th. Then he started to march his way back, and then ended up finishing, what, like 12th and stuff. Definitely not a finish that they deserve. Definitely deserve better, so that really sucks for them. Keselowski, second race in a row, has just not been running good. I mean, he'll run good in the beginning, and then towards the end, I mean, he ran good beginning and middle, like running like 7th. Then towards the end, just fell back and stuff. Really sucks for them. And this was their second race in a row not having Jeremy Bolin, so that's a bit of an issue right there. Martrix Jr., I don't know what's been going on with them. Their car was just awful. They also fell back, got a 19th place finish. Coincidence? I don't think so. But yeah, that's really sucks for Martrix Jr. He's my pick to win. And then yeah, the Chase Briscoe, who wrecked earlier in the race, you know, at the end of stage 1, try to make a dive move, rookie mistake, hit the wall, damaged the car a lot and stuff, and that really sucks for them. So they get, what, a 30-something place finish, like 37th. No, I think it was like 36, something like that, so that really sucks for them. So yeah, those are the first 4, and now let's move on to the final 4. Christopher Bell finished 21st. I don't know what's been going on with them, but they just had a terrible race in general. Matt DiBenedetto, him having a bad race, I mean, seriously, if you think about it, his last few races were pretty good. Now it just goes to bad. That's just not good for the 21 team. Next up, Kyle Busch. They had like a sick engine, something like that happened. They were off the pace by like 5-6 miles per hour. Got 27th place finish, 7 laps down, so that sucks for them. Eric Almirola, you know, he saw him get that hard hit into the wall. They think something broke in the car, like transmission and stuff, and then he was shaken up after that. I was just thinking, oh no, please don't tell me Almirola's hurt. He's had so much bad luck. He just does not deserve that. So he came out okay. That's good. And just because I remember at Dover has been both good and bad for him, because you know he's pretty good at Dover. Actually, he's pretty good, but today is his worst finish at Dover ever in the Cup Series, and he's pretty good there. So that is very unfortunate for them, probably because of this bad season and stuff. Because I remember last time he was involved in a big wreck at Dover, that was like 2016, and he injured one of his fingers and stuff after the wreck and stuff. I remember he injured himself. I think it was like his pinky finger, and now this he was just shaken up. He just didn't deserve that, so that really sucks for Almirola. We'll see what they can do at COTA next week. Hopefully he'll stay safe and he just doesn't get hurt. And I just don't want to see anyone get hurt in general. But yeah, those were the drivers who had bad days today at Dover. And yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I see that 96% of you are not subscribed to this channel. Please do me a favor and go subscribe. It's totally free and just doesn't cost you anything. It would mean the world to me, so much to me, if you guys could do that. I just want to help this channel become noticeable on YouTube. I'm not trying to be famous big. I just want this channel to be noticeable. Like, hey, have you heard about that channel? Well, just to like local fans, not like huge fans and stuff, just local and stuff, to you know, the NASCAR YouTube community and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna be going to COTA this week or next week and stuff, so I'll definitely film a video and stuff. I have a general admission, so I'll be all around the track. I'll be moving around the track, getting good views of the cars, and I'll be at the start of the race and stuff. And I'll just give a full tour and stuff. Hopefully, it'll be more than the Texas one where it was just raining. I mean, the weather for Texas right now does not look so good, so hopefully that could change up a bit, because it's only a week away and stuff. And I'll also have the review for the race, because I'll be headed home, so I'll probably have the review for the race the next month, like the next day after the race, probably on the Monday and stuff, most likely and stuff. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'll just see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys then for COTA. I'll probably have that video up after my race review and stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out.